When she was sure she wasn't going to make any more noise, she took her hand away from her face and started trying to catch her breath. As she slipped her fingers out of herself, the sensation of feeling her inner walls relaxing back together made her shiver and squeeze her thighs together. She rolled over and snatched her pillow into a bear hug, moaning softly into it as satisfaction. She imagined familiar, loving hands rubbing her back and strong but gentle arms embracing her from behind. She found herself really wanting to wrap her arms around Chat Noir and kiss him again, to feel his warm body pressed against her again and the sound of his purr surrounding them. Both. I guess I'm feeling cuddly, she thought. I wanna cuddle with him. I bet he would love cuddles. I wonder if Adrian loves cuddles, too. Oh, shit. Adrian. It occurred to her that, when she was wrapped up in her fantasies of Chat Noir, her brain never tried to yank her back to thinking about Adrian, even though Chat Noir had proven capable of distracting her from fantasies of Adrian. And when she was with Chat Noir in person, wrapped up in his embrace and kissing him, it was like she forgot Adrian even existed. Oh, the moment she thought of anything school-related, Adrian would pop right back into her mind, of course, and while she was at school, he was the center of her solar system most of the time. But if Chat Noir could make her feel so incandescently happy, and their feelings for each other were mutual, did it even make sense to keep pursuing Adrian? She still didn't even know if he liked her. She didn't like the idea of giving up on Adrian, her heart balked at the very thought of it. But that didn't change the fact that she was hanging on to what could still be a very one-sided crush when she now had something very mutual with Chat Noir that could easily turn into something beautiful and everlasting. Well, if it weren't for the whole secret identities thing, how far could a relationship between two people progress when they knew almost nothing about each other? Well, that could just be called a friendship with benefits, I guess, Marinette thought dryly. Except, it's not just friendship. We both already have feeling for each other, and we want there to be. So, it's more than that. I want to know who he is. I want him to know who I am. If it weren't for Adrian. She tried to imagine, as clearly as possible, feeling Chat Noir's arms wrapped around her as he spooned her from behind, nuzzling his nose into her hair and pressing tender kisses to the crown of her head. It was so easy, because it was so like him. I want to be with him, she whimpered aloud into her pillow. Tiki. I don't know how to let go of Adrian, and I don't think I want to, but I want Chat Noir to be mine. She heard the tiny swish of Tiki zooming up to her from wherever she had been hiding. Ah, Marinette, Tiki stroked Marinette's cheek with a tiny red paw as Marinette gave a sniffle. It'll all work out, don't worry. But how? Marinette asked, looking up at Tiki. I know being in heat has helped me discover my feelings for Chat Noir, just like you said, but there's no weaseling out of the fact that I'm in love with two different boys, and when has that ever turned out okay? It always does. We just don't know how it will, yet, Tiki said gently. Things with Chat Noir are going so fast because you two are both in heat, but that doesn't mean Adrian definitely isn't the one for you. You just need to explore your relationship with him more, and figure out if you want to try taking it further. Remember, you're not really dating either of them, just keep exploring your feelings for each of them, until you figure out which one your true love is. Hearing Tiki put her situation into more concrete, real-life terms made her feel a little better, but Marinette was struck with a new thought, and asked, Tiki, do you feel one might be better for me than the other? It's hardly fair to compare them that way. Tiki argued. One is your superhero partner who you're in heat for, and one is your longtime crush who's also your friend and classmate. They're a part of very different sides of your life, and I only hear about Chat Noir secondhand from you. Well, it's not like you get to observe Adrian very much, either. either, Marinette pointed out. Just, what do you think of them? Tiki took a moment to collect her thoughts. Well, from everything I've heard about Chat Noir, and how you feel about your relationship with him, it sounds to me that you two are very compatible with each other. Remember when we talked about how you two seem to have amazing chemistry together? Plus, it's obvious how happy he makes you feel, and you obviously make him very happy, too. And, I also think it's sweet that he's remained in love with you for this long while also being your friend and partner. It means it's so much more than just a crush, just like how you still have feelings for Adrian after all this time because you didn't just develop a crush on him because of his reputation and good looks. Now, Adrian, because he's important to you, he matters to me, too, because I care about you. Tiki continued, as Marinette listened with rapt attention. Chat Noir might be your partner, but that doesn't automatically mean he's also your true love, you know. You may be Ladybug, but you're no less Marinette now than you were before, so there's no reason you can't be with Adrian. If you two are compatible with each other, you're allowed to fall in love with a normal boy as a normal girl. Gee, I should hope so. Marinette said jokingly with a self-satisfied nod. And also, there's something else. How do I explain this? Tiki mused, bringing a paw to her mouth thoughtfully. Marinette tilted her head curiously. I don't know how to describe it, but when you're with Adrian, I get a really good feeling about him, somehow, like he's very compatible with you, too. Really? Marinette asked softly, smiling hopefully at Tiki. It is like a kind of sixth sense only Kwamis have. Humans can develop it, too, with the right training, like the Grand Guardian, Tiki replied. But, yes, you could think of it that way. That kind of leaves me back in square one, though, either Adrian or Chat Noir could turn out to be the one, but I can't figure out which one, Marinette sighed. At least, not yet. Not but I guess it's really nice to know that there really is something special about Adrian just like I always felt there was. You'll figure it out, Tiki said confidently, waving a paw at Marinette. Now, why don't you make sure your parents aren't worried about you? Marinette groaned. If only parents had pause buttons for when their daughters needed to be superheroes. Tilda. Marinette staged her return home by turning into Ladybug to jump down to street level from her balcony, and then she went back inside through the side door as Marinette again. After apologizing to both her mother and father for worrying them, assuring them she wasn't hurt, and that it only took her so long to get back because she had been stuck inside the school building by the roses, she managed to get off with just a gentle lecture. Working on homework was a welcome change of pace after what a hectic day she had, and eating dinner with her family left her feeling pleasantly drowsy. She decided to indulge herself with a hot bath before getting ready for bed. As she was filling up the tub, she got a text from Aaliyah. Aaliyah, step 1 of operation, seduce Adrian Agreste as a go tomorrow morning. Describe your 3 cutest, cheekiest, sexiest tops and bottoms. Marinette sighed and rolled her eyes with an exasperated smile. Marinette, most of what I own is cute. And I don't own anything sexy, skeptical smiley face. Aaliyah, well then what do you have that's cheeky? Like, cute but not cutesy cute more like cheeky, flirty cute. Marinette. Aaliyah, do you have a peekaboo shoulder top? OR and off the shoulder top. Marinette,